Former fire chief Michael Washington's attorney tells WCPO that Washington had no choice but to sue the city of Cincinnati because he was fired without cause.
Yeah, WCPO 9 News reporter Taylor Nemo joins us live just outside City Hall tonight. So Taylor, you spoke with Washington's attorney this afternoon. What can you tell us about this lawsuit?
Well, Michael Washington was fired back in March. Now he's suing the city manager, and the mayor for wrongful termination. Now, the city manager cited creating a workplace culture that is unwelcome towards women, unavailability during a major apartment fire in 2022, ignoring HR guidance, and a lack of accountability. All as reasons contributing to Washington's termination. In the lawsuit, Washington calls these claims groundless and exaggerated, while stating he had no opportunity to defend himself. Last month, the city manager said multiple female CFD employees voiced concerns about a workplace culture that allows women to be treated unfairly and with disrespect.
It's been a devastating, and I don't use that word lightly, a devastating thing for Chief Washington to suddenly wake up one day and find after 30 years he can no longer do the job that he loved and no longer serve the fire department that he was so devoted to.
Washington's attorney says according to the city charter, he could not be fired without due process of law, and he's claiming that's what they did. I reached out to the city for comment, but they told me they will not comment on pending litigation. We'll see how this will all play out, but Washington's lawyer tells me it's likely this trial won't begin until sometime in 2024. Reporting live from City Hall, Taylor Nemo, WCPO 9 News.
All right, Taylor, thanks for the latest there. Coming up, taxpayers in Butler County are looking at a hefty property value hike, how the county's leaders are working to lessen the blow a little.
Plus,
in our culture, food is how we show love.
Asian Food Fest is this weekend, what you could expect and why it means so much to those involved.
And club history for FC Cincinnati as they get set to rekindle their oldest rivalry. Exclusive comments from the club's GM after this.
Butler County commissioners are planning a summit with state lawmakers now. They are expected to talk about the anticipated double-digit property value hike the taxpayers are facing and the possible legislative moves that can make, to lessen the blow a little bit. So that meeting is happening on Monday, by the way. The increase for Butler County is estimated to be around 24%, but could go even higher. The highest recommended hike is 43% in Claremont County, and Montgomery County was informed that their values for residential properties should go up 37%. Now, by law, property is reappraised every 6 years, and property values are updated every third year. However, value increases don't necessarily translate into tax hikes.
Hamilton County Job and Family Services is in dire need of workers. That's why they hosted a Children's Services Career Fair today to help bring possible employees in. Staff says JFS has about 38% of a vacancy rate, but their Children's Services Department's even higher. And that's why they say it's critical to find people who want to do the work.
It's all hands on deck right now. But again, this is the kind of work that we really want to make sure that people come in, feel fulfilled when they get here and do the work and support the mission of the agency.
The organization says they do have incentives for new hires, including up to $3,000 for those who stay in the job for at least 90 days. And Over-the-Rhine bar and burger restaurants closing its doors without explanation. Under the hours section of Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint's website, it reads permanently closed and thanks for the memories. It's currently unclear exactly why it closed its doors or if employees were made aware. The bar had posted on Instagram as recent as April 22nd, showcasing its burger of the day. It had been open at that OTR location since February of 2021.
Bengals legend Anthony Munoz and his foundation are recognizing local high schoolers for their achievements in and out of the classroom. They held the Straight A Luncheon to celebrate their accomplishments. This year, 18 tri-state students are receiving $42,000 in college scholarships. Munoz says he's happy to encourage these young people to be their best.
Sometimes you learn over years that young people are very talented. All they need sometimes is maybe some encouragement, a hug, and maybe some assistance to move forward after high school.
The foundation has been helping the community since its start way back in 2002. You know, it is a big day for FC Cincinnati as they get ready to rekindle an old rivalry with Louisville City FC, and they made it official also today that Brenner is heading to Italy this summer.
Yes, widely speculated. WCPO 9 sports anchor Caleb knows live at the stadium. Caleb, they're getting $10 million in that transfer deal.
Yeah, that's right. It's the most lucrative transfer deal in the history of FC Cincinnati. That's good. That's really good. But on the flip side, GM Chris Albright admitted today in an interview that he thinks a few years ago when they brought Brenner to Cincinnati, they overpaid for him. $13 million was the transfer fee that FC Cincinnati paid to get Brenner here. Now, it's important to note, Albright was not a part of FC Cincinnati. He was not yet here in Cincinnati when that transaction happened. Now, it's also important to note that was at a time that FC Cincinnati was in desperate need of somebody to come in and just score goals, put the ball in the back of the net. Brenner has done that. He's had 3 hat tricks in his time with FC Cincinnati. Now, in 2023, they're getting $10 million back for Brenner. And part of the reality is while MLS as a league is getting better quickly, it's still somewhere around 15th or so in the world in terms of the best pro soccer leagues. Not too far out from being the top 10, but not quite there yet. And it's not like pro baseball or basketball where the top leagues in the world are here in the U.S.
We have a lot of players that desire to play in Europe. That's still the reality that we're dealing with in MLS, and MLS continues to rise globally every year. But when you couple the fact that we were really happy with the $10 million and the fact that Brenner's ambitions were to go play for a club like Udinese, those things just married up and made it the right timing.
Well, you can see that full interview tomorrow night only here on WCPO 9. It's part of the show FC Cincinnati Weekly. So let's talk about tonight, the rekindling of an old bitter rivalry for FC Cincinnati against Louisville City FC. Tonight's match is part of the U.S. Open Cup. It's a big tournament featuring MLS teams, but also some lower level teams of American soccer. And you got to think when those lower level teams like Louisville come into matches like tonight, it's like their Super Bowl, for lack of a better comparison. And upsets happen. In fact, one happened last night. A lower level team beat an MLS club. So you got to think Louisville is going to come in here with that type of mindset for the Dirty River Derby, renewing this old rivalry for the 12th time here at TQL Stadium. FC Cincinnati and Louisville have coverage of it tonight at 11 o'clock. Here live at TQL Stadium, Caleb No, WCPO 9 Sports.
All right, Caleb, thank you. Sounds like a dance party there. Today, students at Terrace Park Elementary School held a special fundraiser for their neighborhood sports field. They're looking in all to raise $3,000 to buy a defibrillator. The inspiration for the fundraiser was Damar Hamlin's collapse at Paycor Stadium during a game against the Bengals, as we all know. Students say after they saw the news, they wanted to use it as an opportunity to help their own community.
Cincinnati's biggest celebration of Asian culture is just days away. Asian Food Fest will make its flavorful return this weekend.
And I'll apologize if you hear my stomach growling. WCPO 9 News reporter Valerie Lyons has a sneak peek of what's in store.
In just a few days, Court Street Plaza will be filled with food trucks, nearly 50 of them, all offering the Queen City their own taste of Asian culture.
It started with food, but it has evolved to so much more.
The sights, the smells, and the bites of Asia, returning to Cincinnati for another weekend of festive, flavorful fun.
In our culture, food is how we show love.
Organizers gave a preview Wednesday of Asian Food Fest 2023 with a sound check and a tasty sample.
Celebration of the multitude of Asian American communities that we have here in the Cincinnati region.
Back for its 12th year, organizers say it's also likely to be the biggest. There's nearly 50 vendors representing 15 countries and 170 dishes. The fan favorite secret menu bumping up to 10, and with a crowd of 200,000 expected to attend.
We found a nice sweet spot within Court Street Plaza, the center and the heart of Cincinnati.
While food is front and center, organizers say the real heart of this event goes deeper.
It's being able to connect people from different backgrounds.
To learn about different cultures, how to use chopsticks, how to write in calligraphy and Chinese calligraphy.
And it keeps rolling from there with a full lineup of entertainment of music, dance, and comedy for more than 100 performers.
I think there's curiosity. It shows that, just because I'm not that, I'm here for people and I'm here to celebrate everyone. So I think to us, that's a message of welcome to the city, and it's home for us.
Organizers say expect family fun during the day and then all the thrills and excitement of an Asian night market when the sun goes down. And it all kicks off Saturday at 11 a.m. In Court Street Plaza, Valerie Lyons, WCPO 9 News.
Sounds delish.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
It is dinner time, and
Could really enjoy a little of that right now,
A
could
couple
we?
egg rolls here. We got some,
Yeah.
So let's talk about this forecast, though, because, we are getting into that time of year where these festivals are happening.
Festivals coming. It's a little dicey on the weekend, so let's give everybody a heads up. Not to say that you shouldn't go, but at present, we do have a chance for some showers through the weekend. Sunday looks to be the better day. Saturday, I think more clouds than anything else. And actually some mild temperatures, more mild than today in the middle 60s. Although a few showers will be hitting, it does look like right now it would be more later in the day Sunday. So we get a couple of days to refine this. Just a little heads up as we head to the weekend. So there's the peek at the weekend forecast. As for tonight, it's going to be quiet, clear, cool. Chilly in the morning because of the clear skies. Then we're going to see some clouds start to pull in as we head through our Thursday. So clear tonight, clear in the morning for about half of the day, maybe even early afternoon. And then about this time tomorrow, you'll see that we could get a few thunder showers around and then some downpours showing up as well. Here's a larger view of what's happening. There's a warm front here that's going to be sweeping over the top of us, triggering some showers and those downpours. And that will continue through our Thursday night into early on Friday especially. Now, during the day on Friday, we'll be more scattered with the showers. And then, as I mentioned on Saturday, it's cloudiness more than anything else on Saturday, although we do have a slight chance of a shower or two popping up. It looks like by, really into late Saturday night or later Saturday, we'll have a better chance for some rain, and then we're going to see some showers scattered around, maybe a couple of downpours on Sunday as well. Again, it's not going to be a washout, so even if you were going to the Asian Food Fest or anything else, just be aware of the radar as you head into Sunday. Then into next week, temperatures stay very cool. You'll see the winds coming in out of the northwest. I'm really dropping the temperatures down into the lower 50s, which means most of the day, we spend it in the 30s or 40s into next week. And speaking of temperatures and conditions, it does look like we're going to see some drier conditions over the next couple of weeks for us, but the temperatures remain cooler. The Climate Prediction Center just out with their 2-week prediction, and right now for temperatures, we've got about a 50% chance of seeing cooler than average temperatures. That would bring us right into the first week of May, and that actually might be pretty good for the runners for the Flying Pig. Here's where we are at the moment, 62 degrees. The radar is up, active, not seeing anything. And in fact, nothing even down to the southwest yet. The rain is still well to the south and west of us at the moment. So as we look at the forecast tonight, then it's 39 degrees, mostly clear, clouding up into the afternoon. We'll see some almost full-on sunshine, but it's going to be that milky sunshine like we have outside right now. And then it's clouding up and some afternoon showers. Your super 9-day forecast then shows that the temperature's really falling off into next week. I've got temps in the lower 50s. It's no good. We're back with more WCPO 9 News coming up.
Today, you'll start to see benches in the shape of a book around Covington. The book benches are being unveiled to the public. Each bench is based on a different book. They were designed by a Campbell County High School art teacher and 5 other artists.
Those are pretty cool. Now to the Cincinnati Zoo. They are celebrating Rosie, the cheetah's first birthday. On the left is
Rosie, is that what it is?
Rosie, yes. Yeah, what she looks like now. And on the right is what she looked like when she arrived at the zoo, just 4 months old. Because she was born as a single cub, the zoo adopted a dog named Daisy to be her companion. Some of those videos of the two playing together, it's like, how did they decide that a dog and a cheetah can enjoy each other's
A
company?
match made in heaven, isn't it?
It's awesome.
Isn't it?
It's kind of like you two together every night of the week.
How about the 3 of us?
On that note, thank you for joining us.
Researchers call it power of proximity. Economists from the Federal Reserve of New York paired with researchers from the University of Iowa and Harvard to study software engineers at an unnamed Fortune 500 firm. They chose software engineers because feedback is vital for improving programs and writing better code in the future.
It was pretty normal and regular to have code reviews in person, sitting side by side with the senior engineer and just getting that direct feedback, even for a small question.
Before the pandemic, researchers found engineers in the same building received 21% more comments on their programs than others working in other buildings. But once the pandemic shuttered offices, feedback drastically shrank even more, suggesting that proximity played a role. Researchers say online tools like Slack and Zoom complement in-person interactions, but they aren't a replacement for mentorship and training that young workers get in the office, at least in this type of work. Ken Liu, a senior software engineer at Creospan, agrees.
You might not want to interrupt your senior engineer if you're remote and you're like, I don't know what their schedule's like, or maybe I do and I have to set up a call. Now I have to wait for that call, for example, versus I could just pop over to that person's desk.
The power of proximity papers calls hybrid models into question, finding that if just one person was remote, the entire team operated as if it was remote, affecting feedback for everyone.
You can try to replicate that using Zoom and other tools, but it's pretty difficult to kind of mimic body language and just kind of getting the feel for that.
The paper also found women and younger workers were more likely to feel the negative effects of remote work. Employees under 30 got so much more feedback than their older peers, but only while working in the same building, not at home. And women, especially the junior employees, saw an even bigger drop in feedback once offices closed. This problem isn't unique to the tech field. Bob Posen, a senior lecturer at MIT Sloan School of Management and author of Remote Inc., says a lot of remote workers risk being out of sight, out of mind.
They don't have these chance meetings with people outside their unit. They aren't learning informally about opportunities in their industry that are arising.
The lack of mentorship could also hurt a business's bottom line, as the paper found a decline in feedback made remote workers more likely to quit. To boost efficiency, the economists recommend teams either be fully remote or fully in person. But Posen says the success of remote workers is dependent on good management and finding out the best model for productivity and learning.
What's critical is that you be in the office a few days of the week and talk to them about what are their career aspirations and how can we achieve them together.
Posen adds collaboration, coordination, and fostering company culture are all possible no matter where the workers are. Stephen Graddick, Scripps News.
As you look ahead to your next summer vacation, keep this in mind. Timeshares and vacation clubs are very easy to get into, but incredibly difficult to escape. That's according to a new study from the Better Business Bureau. From 2020 to the end of 2022, the BBB received nearly 30,000 complaints related to travel companies, with most related to the timeshare industry. Consumers report high-pressure sales pitches and feeling misled about fees and costs. Some say their timeshare has become unaffordable, but it's nearly impossible to sell. Today, Bed Bath & Beyond began its store closing sales and encouraged shoppers to pick up merchandise before it's gone. That means the store will no longer be accepting coupons as it rolls out its final sales. The home goods chain filed for bankruptcy protection Sunday while still looking for a buyer. If you have a gift card, you have until May 8th to use it.
Hi there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Riley. Looks like a nice night around the tri-state, and as we head into your Thursday, we'll start off with some sunshine. But coming in out of the west-southwest, there's going to be some clouds, and we'll start to see some showers and rain as we head into the afternoon. Reason why: there's going to be a couple of areas of low pressure rolling through the tri-state, so that's going to keep us in and out of some showers and a few downpours on Thursday and into Friday. Now, Saturday, there is a chance for a shower as well as Sunday, but overall, we're looking at more clouds than anything else on Saturday, with likely a few light showers later in the day on Sunday. So the forecast for us tonight is going to be mostly clear and 39. Then for tomorrow, we'll be clouding up through the day with some showers and 64. More showers likely coming up on Friday. Slight chance Saturday with a better opportunity on Sunday. All the while, much cooler air ahead.
A nearly 2,000-mile border separates Mexico and the U.S., but a bilateral relationship unites the